In this short video, I'm going to share with you the 5 biggest mistakes I see investors making when doing a flip project. Hi, I'm Mark Lloyd. I'm co-founder of Property Master Academy, and I've been a property investor since 2005. So firstly, spending more on the property does not necessarily translate into higher values, as it depends on the area and even to the road in that area and which side of the street it is, as each area will have a ceiling price. Now, in the current market, it is quite possible to breach through that ceiling price a little bit, but if everything in the area is selling at, let's say, £100,000, and you think you can buy one for, say, £75,000, spend £50,000 on it, and it'll be worth £200,000, then that is very, very unlikely to happen at all, because most prices are around the £100,000 mark. So it doesn't matter what the spec is, of course, assuming it is a similar style house, it is not going to go above that ceiling price for that road. So the important thing here is research. Now, research the likely end value of the property. Look at recent sales and speak to local agents for their opinion. Once you have that, take off the cost of the refurbishment, the stamp duty, the buying and selling costs such as solicitor, broker fee, agent fees, minus the cost of any finance, and finally take off your profit margin. I would suggest a minimum of 20%, and then that is your maximum figure you can pay for that property. Secondly, and extremely important, is managing the team effectively. And this starts from when your offer is accepted. So what I'm talking about here is not just the trades teams that you get in, but also the solicitor and the broker. It's easy to hand it all to your mortgage broker and your solicitor and expect them to get on with the job. But in my experience, unless you keep on top of them, things will drag on and time is money. And the more that the mortgage and legal process drag on, the more likely that the vendor's going to pull out. So you need to keep on top of them in the same way your refurb team needs project coordination or project management. Whether that's you or someone else. Whomever it is, they need to go there at least, say, a couple of times a week at the beginning, just to see what they said was going to be done this week versus what was actually done. Also, to make sure there are no additional costs creeping in, which they should always get pre-approval from you anyway. Thirdly, not having a contingency in place. So on top of the figures I mentioned earlier, you need to have a contingency, which should be at least 5 to 10%. That's in terms of budget, but also timeline to do the job. Now, in my experience, a lot of jobs overrun, so make sure you allow for that. I can't overstress how important this is, especially if you're at the start of your journey. And number 4 is price. Now, what I mean here is not the price of the property, where of course you want to get the best price. I'm actually talking about the people you will need to get this over the line. Your solicitor, your broker, and so on. I see so many people trying to negotiate the cheapest they possibly can, the cheapest solicitor, the cheapest broker, the cheapest refurb team, and so on. The problem is that you get what you pay for. Someone is cheap for a very good reason. Now remember, it's about getting the best value for money, which also, by the way, does not necessarily mean the most expensive either. You can also give incentives. Now, I'd rather pay an extra couple of $1,000 on a refurbishment for a team that I know worked really well together and can largely manage their own time so that I don't have to. And finally, number 5, treating your team with disrespect. What you need to realise is that people don't need to work for you. Now, obviously, they want to get paid for the work they do, but there's always somebody else that will pay them. There's always somebody else they could work for. So always treat people with respect, and especially with your trades, as they could quite easily just go and walk off site tomorrow and leave you with a half-finished project, especially in today's market when there are so many other jobs about. So, treat people like a partner in your business, and often they'll give you partnership value in return. So there's my top 5 mistakes to avoid with your next flip. And as long as you avoid these, you're in for a much smoother and, dare I say, more profitable project. I hope you found value in this video, If you have, then please hit the like button so others just like you can benefit from it, and also hit the subscribe button so you'll get notified when other videos are published each week. Appearing on your screen right now are some more videos that will help you in your property journey. Thanks for listening.